4 for League of Europe. This is season 4, and the 18 or so drivers ready to go racing here in Austria. I am Alt Maverick, and I am joined once again by the beautiful Laforndo Norwanes, or Nathan. How are you doing, Lando?
I'm good. You're looking very handsome. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this race. A very common favourite of a lot of drivers on the game. It's a very easy track with, I believe, 11 corners. But yeah, no, we're looking like a dry quali session, hoping for a dry race as well. But yeah,
It's a very fun track. It's one of my favorites. I always enjoy racing here, whether it be in league racing or just career mode. But Brandon's the first one to go out on track in that Williams, and Calvin is right behind him too. So any predictions on pole? What time do you think our pole sitter will set?
Probably we'll be looking at maybe a low 1 minute free. You might be able to see a few drivers drop into 102s, depending if they can nail the lap completely and use all of the track limits to their advantage. Track limits around this track are normally very strict. You can easily run wide a bit, but yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting track. Just one of the quickest lap time at the moment. Obviously, in real life, they're having Bahrain Alta as Brandon starts his lap. But yeah, it's a very quick track. Brandon's taking it.
Isn't it the quickest on the calendar?
It is the quickest in terms of lap time. It's not the shortest track, but yeah, it's the quickest in terms of lap time. Brandon just taking it nice and easy to get a banker lap. Everybody on softs apart from TTG Storm, who is out on the mediums, which will be very interesting. The strategy should be an easy one, softs to mediums. The softs to hards is a viable strategy, but the mediums can last the end of the race. We'll be looking at drivers probably putting around lap 14, 15 off their softs onto the mediums as Brandon comes up to the second to last corner. Takes it nice and easy, does not exceed track limits. You want to avoid the sausage curve as he loses the track a bit, comes up to line and does a 104.3, which is a good banker. There's a yellow flag in sector 3, which is just people getting out of the way. It's Don just moving out of the way.
So Nolan goes a bit quicker, a whole second quicker. He sets a 1 minute 3.2. As I believe Raj is going pretty slow there into sector 1. It doesn't look like he's invalidated, but he might be out of fuel. Not too sure. So Nolan still holds on to pole position at the moment. Heated goes up to P5. Runboard with Mads right now. He comes across the line to go up to P3. So the two Ferraris now take second and third on the grid, provisional. And Fuzz goes up to P9. And I believe that was the Williams of Brandon pulling into the pits.
Very quick laps already a 3.2, and with 14 minutes left, we could see quite a few drivers go into the .2s. A few people steaming off the pace. You got Jabbo and Don in P10 and P11. Obviously, Jabbo debuted last race and took pole and won. Don, the championship leader, with a very healthy gap. But maybe they might just be pacing themselves. They could even be sandbagging a little bit to go on the mediums. However, there's not really a big difference from going mediums to soft to mediums. but it could be interesting to anyone outside the top 10 to see what they do in terms of strategy. And also, this track is very well known for safety cars, as the high speed can cause some very big incidents.
Yeah, it's really easy to lose the rear end in, I'd say, almost every corner. But I usually struggle for traction on a turn 3 for some reason. But turn 10, I'm sure we'll see someone spin the car around. Maybe turn 1, turn 6.
Most corners in this track.
Yeah, let's just say every corner you have the possibility of spinning out of, and I think that just what makes it such a fun track, is you always run that risk of, spinning, and you're always on the edge. I don't think anyone's on a lap now.
No, everyone did their first lap and is either gone back on another set of fresh softs, or is just having a bit of a cool down before the next run. Frosty and Rajion, the only two people not to start a lap. Frosty is coming into the pit lane. Obviously, the pit lane, a very difficult one for all the drivers. We need to watch out for the drivers, as Rajion is about to start his lap. We need to watch out for the drivers pulling over to the right hand side out of turn 9 to indicate to all the other drivers that they are indeed pitting.
Mm-hmm.
As it's a very difficult one, especially if you are up behind another car, as a lot of people well know. That is a very high speed corner. Rajion coming through turn 1, taking it nicely. A lot of drivers taking it very easy. I think the nature of the track, just to get a lap in, as Rajion comes into turn 3. 15.8 is a very nice first sector 1. Nice and easy on the throttle, gets the DRS open as he prepares for turn 4. Want to be breaking around the 100-meter board. Clip the curb, run a little bit wide onto the curb. Into turn number 6 and 7, the too fast left, keeping it well off the curb, not succeeding. Through 7, off this curb as well. Purple sector 2, Rajion on a very quick lap, coming up to turn 10 and 11. Running
wide.
A little bit wide, he keeps it within the track limits, avoids the sausage curb. Up to the line, it's gonna be a 104.0, only P13. However, purple sector 2, obviously running a little bit wide in turn 10. Who else we got? We got Jabbo, I think he actually invalidated. We got TTG Storm just on an outlap. We have Ranf coming through the final 2 corners on a flying lap. Through the final corner. This is a very quick lap.
Oh, it's
and it's provisional pole, 103.1.
It's 110. So Nolan is on the pace like he was in Canada.
Philippe.
So let's see if we can.
Philippe on his outlap has done a Valtteri, and he is, as Valtteri likes to say, cutting the grass.
Mm-hmm. Lucky that he found a gap there between, I believe it was Heated, or no, it was Nolan.
With Nolan through the final corner. Oh, he ran a tiny bit wide. He was going to improve by a couple of hundredths, but ran a tiny bit wide, as most drivers will find this weekend. With a few people coming to the line. Mike comes around the final corner, but invalidates as well.
No, and Fuzz goes up to P3.
As Goldie prepares to start another lap on his softs. Have a feeling he must have invalidated his first lap, as he's on 2 lap old softs.
don't believe
But
anybody else
Felipe
is
has
on a
just
lap.
set a purple sector 2. And then run wide.
And he's run wide.
Commentators cut.
As it always is.
Cut to Felipe, he sets a purple sector 2 and then through turn 10 extends. With Goldie coming into turn 10. Can he avoid the sausage curb? Goes around it, keeps it off the curbs. This is a very quick lap.
Oh, up to P3.
Oh, it's P3. Obviously, a bit worn softs. He'll be hoping that he can maybe improve as he gets out of the way of Mads, who is currently in P5. They're very close session so far. Mads up on his time, only by 300, locks up slow into turn 3. As Austria comes around the final corner, he is 1/10 up. As Frosty goes into P2, Austria goes into 7th. Frosty on a 0.2.
Oh, and Philippe's off again.
Philippe really struggling. Brandon is only 500s off of his lap, currently P17. Every driver opting as Rajon starts his lap, every driver opting onto the soft tyre. And I believe...
No, and Brandon goes purple sector 2.
Oh. The timing not as Brandon comes around the final corner, flips the sausage curb a little bit, keeps it on the track. It's a 103.8. California comes into the pits. Rajon just seems to be struggling a little bit, maybe dealing with a little bit of understeer. Coming around the second to last corner.
Oh, and he cuts it. Oh, and he lost it there. Beautiful save. I don't know if he lost it that much.
I thought he was about to enter the pit lane.
I did too. I thought he was going to start to drift to the pit lane. That car was
as soon as he validated, I saw him keep right.
Oh.
Got Jabbo coming around the second last corner, taking a lot of curb, getting a lot of understeer. Currently P15 needs to improve. He only goes P9 on a 3.6. I think is Ranth. Ranth is on a lap. He's up by a 10th, another purple sector. Currently on for a 2.9. How much curb?
Quite a bit of curb.
Keeping it in. Keep it within the trailers. Oh, we had to get off the throttle. This is going to cost him.
Oh,
it did cost him in the final sector. He has to get off for the throttle through the final corner. As Nolan is on a lap currently. Jabbo, we're hoping that his last run he can improve on. As Nolan comes into turn 6, how much curb is he going to take? A lot less than... You can really ride the curbs on this track. When it comes through, he's up by 100th on his time. Another purple sector 2. Into the penultimate corner. Very, very nice. Is he going to run one? He keeps it within the track limits.
And up to P2, 300ths off pole. Or off provisional pole. So just, I don't even know where you can even find 300ths. I mean, it's just the smallest of margins.
Storm was up through sector 1, but he has lost time in sector 2. Comes into the third last corner, going in gear 6, which is very intriguing. Through the final corner. Is it an improvement? It is, it's P7. To join the 4 other drivers on a 0.6. As Nolan is up on his lap again. I believe these are the same type.
Oh, and he cuts it. Oh, and he enters the pit lane straight after. So let's hope he's got one more set of tires to go out and get another lap in.
Is 2 tenths up on his lap time through sector 1. Almost 3 tenths as he comes into turn 4. The track just getting a bit darker in turn 4. And maybe the weather just starting to change a little bit as he comes through turn 6. Down the hill into turn 7, he is half a second up.
Oh.
On his lap, the Red Bull driver coming into the penultimate corner.
So this might get him up to P4.
Can he keep it within the track limits? He does. Through the final corner, takes it nice and steady. Up to the line.
Ah, it's P4, called
P4.
it. I know what I'm doing now.
Alt has the magic 8 ball.
Yes.
We got Don, we got Mike, we got Brandon, we got Rajo, and everyone coming onto their final laps. Rajo up by half a tenth in the first sector. Frosty starts his lap. Goldie backs off and he is starting his final lap now. As Brandon crosses the line, still P15.
So now Donald's going slow up to turn 3. Raj just invalidates his lap running wide there at turn 9. So let's hope he's got enough fuel to get around one more time.
I think he's pulling right. He's pulling
off.
He
doesn't have enough.
Rajion P4 at Canada will start P17 in this race. We have the Red Bull of Nolan just starting his lap. Frosty just starting his lap as well. So we look to see Brandon getting a night. Oh, Brandon actually pits.
Oh, Goldie invalidates, I believe, coming
Goldie invalidates
to the line. His teammate Brandon pits as well.
MCR, the first car to cross the line. What can he do? He stays P12.
Belief jumps up to P7, 103.5.
Jabo has invalidated. He will have enough time, but does he have enough fuel though? I believe so.
He might just have enough.
Buzz comes up to the line and stays P6. However, I feel like he invalidated because he was 4 seconds down on his time.
So qualifying is now over. These are the final laps.
Here comes Nolan.
No,
Nolan
stays
P1, P2. Yep.
Yeah, P2. No. And Kieran has finally joined. That's someone we were missing. I knew someone was missing from here.
Oh,
Kieran.
Goldie has gone off of turn 6. Frosty coming up to the line. However, he has made a mistake as he is backing off. Ranf has invalidated as well. Not a lot of people are improving their times.
No.
Mad P5. Jabo comes up to the line. Can he improve from P14? It's only P11.
11.
Philippe stays P8. And I believe
I think that
is it.
Yep, Goldie pulls into the bits. He's the last guy out. So as it stands, if we don't have any penalties for...
I will have a quick check.
I don't believe I saw any.
We do not. We have no penalties.
So cool. So Rand VH takes pole position for the Austrian Grand Prix. And it's by the skin of his teeth from JD Nolan, .038, 300ths down. Is in P2. Then Frosty Calvin into P3. Heated, Mads, Goldie, Fuzz, Philippe, Iverbryn Mike, and TTG Storm as your top 10. If we scroll down to the rest of that, Jabo, Don, Adri, MCR, Brandon, your 11th through 15th. And then California and Raj will round out 16th and 17th. But with Kieran joining, I believe he'll put him P18. So, Raj, you are not at the back of the grid. You got someone back there with you.
I have noticed that the top 15 separated by half a second.
Oh.
Half a second, and then you got, I believe, Brandon was P16? Who was P16?
I think it was Brandon.
I think it was Brandon. However, he might have been P15. But P16 and all 17 drivers separated by less than a second. And yeah, the top 15 drivers separated by half a second. Which is going to make the race very interesting. Yeah. It is dry for now. It will be very interesting to see if we do get any wet weather near the end of the race. Could make the strategy very interesting.
Yeah.
And who do you think has a shot at winning this race? We've got a few people out of position. You know, we've got Javo starting P11 after winning. Don, the championship leader, he starts P12. And yes, Kieran has joined the back of the pack in the Haas.
So Storm just put in the chat, thank you Storm. It is a dry race, so we will see no wet weather this race. So with that being said, I think if Nolan can run a good race and he can get Ran V out of turn 3, I think Nolan could win this race.
Here we go. So yeah, it is a one-stop mediums on lap 14 as California and Brandon have had a collision on the California, it was P16. Yeah, they have had a collision on the formation lap that will severely hinder them because
okay. Anyway, you good?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay. Alright, so Brandon and California did come together there on the formation lap. Their tires will be stone cold by the time this race gets going. But either way, I believe there were a few drivers that did change their tires. Yeah, so Don, Adri, California, and Raj are on the mediums. This is outside the top 10, the only positions you can change your tires. And then MCR is going on the hards. So I'll need Lando or Nathan, whatever you want to call him, to come back and really explain that, because I mean the hards they can go a pretty long distance, but I just don't. And if you think that you can get out of traffic at your pit stop, then I guess the hards can be good for there. So let's see. Yeah, the one stop lap 14-15, you should be pitting to put those mediums on for the one stop if you are starting on the softs. But here we go for the Austrian Grand Prix. It is Season 4, Division 4. It is lights out, and we are racing here at the Red Bull Ring in Austria, and it seems like a pretty good start by Rain VHL. It's also a great start there by one of the racing points behind. Nolan tucks in behind Rain VH. Oh, as we got we got a bunch of cars off there at the start. Oh, and there's a huge crash. I believe both Storm is off, Fuzz is off, Philippe is off, Don is off, and a VSC. So 4 cars have lost at the start. Oh, and a big stop there up into turn 3. Nathan, you missed a pretty big one there at the beginning.
Sorry about that. Just catch me up really quickly.
Okay, so I think coming out of turn 1, Storm, Fuzz, Philippe, and Don all got turned around, and they all have wing damage.
Oh, and it's only a virtual as well.
Yeah. And they were all turned around sideways.
Philippe has damage, Don has damage, Fuzz does have damage, and did you say Storm? Yeah, Storm has damage.
I think it's just the last 4 there.
Yeah, so nobody else has any damage at all.
The only person
and the fact it's only a virtual, the virtual safety car has gone now. Do they come into the pits? All four of them do pit.
As the timing glitch scared me there, seeing Rand drop through the field, but he still leads this race as Mike is retired from the session, seeing no point in... Oh, he's actually spun it. Mike has spun it. So Mike is spun at turn 1. So Mike is out. He's spun the car at turn 1 as the drivers who have wing damage on lap 1 pit. So everything seems to be okay now. Rand VH still leads this race. Nolan still tucked in behind him, trying to stay within that slipstream and get a pass done. As I am hoping for the timing board to fix itself.
I think it's just fixed itself.
Yep. There we
Coming
go.
into the final few corners. Now the race can properly begin.
So now the 34-lap DRS train can begin. As Rand VH has not broken DRS just yet.
Kieran has got MCR in. Kieran starting P18 and is already up to P8.
P8. So a magnificent start.
As MCR Slipstreams is back.
Yep.
And Kieran
he's
goes
not
back
giving
up
up.
the inside.
Wow.
Brandon sniffing out a move, however he cannot get on the traction. MCR with no DRS though. And you think Brandon on the soft MCR is not going to battle him. Completely different strategies.
Yeah.
As yes, we have the big train that has formed. Ran
was the
at the
Truly
start
train.
of this.
Now it's the Rand train. Here we go.
It is now. The Styrian train has begun. But yeah, you've got a feel for Storm, Fuzz, Philippe and Don. 23 seconds. Very interesting that Storm, Fuzz and Philippe have gone onto the mediums, not wanting to go to the end. Don potentially going to the end, however he will be struggling. Frosty, I have a feeling, has made a mistake. He's dropped out of DRS as Nolan slipstreaming. It's like Verstappen and Leclerc.
Oh, and they pushes him off just like Verstappen and Leclerc. And it's a penalty for Nolan.
Heated, got past Frosty. Frosty is all over the place. He needs to regroup himself.
As Nolan gets ahead of Rand VH down into turn
Goldie
number 4.
Has hit the back of Frosty. Goldie has a lot of wing damage.
Oh, there goes his end plate.
Frosty and Heated were side by side into turn 4.
Oh, they're still
as
side by
they
side.
collide.
Huge contact there, but I think they're okay.
Yeah, it's only Goldie, and Matt is going to be wanting to get right behind his Goldie. Yeah, Goldie does not come into the pit. He's not pitting. He is hoping that... Oh, he's so slow through the corners with the wing damage. Matt's almost hit in the back of him. This is holding up. This is giving Kieran a chance to get onto the back. Yeah, Goldie goes to the right, and Mads get it around the outside. Goldie breaks a little bit. Mads locks up onto the edge.
Almost went 3 wide there.
And Jabo with 2 cars in 1. Frosty up the inside of Heated. Are they going to make contact like Ranf? Yes, they do.
Oh.
As Ranf goes round the outside of Nolan before the turn 4 braking zone. Frosty, is he going to try an Albon?
Oh, they make a bit of contact there, but no one has spun that time.
Nolan gets back past Ranf. Frosty and Heated side by side through turn 6, but Frosty gets a penalty while defending. Goldie has stayed ahead of Mads so far. Goldie is keeping up with Jabo. I'm just gonna check how much damage Goldie. Yeah, Goldie's right end plate. Goldie's right end plate is definitely gone, but he's just. Oh, actually, did he get DRS? He did not get DRS.
There goes Mads.
And that, Kieran is back in the second window. Brandon just fell out into a yellow flag. Nolan is. And it's a safety car.
Oh man.
That is the second driver, Mike and Nolan. And this has brought back Don, Fuzz, Philippe and Storm. Now will anybody
Storm,
pit?
Philippe. Bleep doesn't pit. Storm pits.
Storm pits off its medium.
I think Don...
Storm's the only one. No, because I don't think Don has another set of hards.
Oh, man.
Yep, Storm pits onto the hards. If anybody pits now, can they make the hards like, well, have the safety car for two, 3 laps? So we'll go lap 8, lap 9, green flag racing. Can they last 27 or 28 laps? Do we see anyone pull to the right? Ranf is in. Frosty is in. Heated's in. Jabbo. Mads is staying out. Goldie wisely pits with his damage. Kieran doesn't pit. Brandon doesn't pit. MCR doesn't pit. Rajon does pit. And California continues. So
about
a
half
handful
of that,
drivers.
Yeah, half of that lead group there, it seems like.
And yeah, everybody going on to the hard tyre.
Yeah, it's exactly
We'll
half.
see as Rajon pits off his mediums onto the hards. MCR on his hard tyres is in P4, and that is a net, as there's a bit of a kerfuffle with Kieran and Brandon in turn 3.
Oh,
I believe Kit.
Oh, and Kieran's out. What has happened there?
So, I caught the start of it in turn 3. Kieran, I believe, overtook Brandon, as Kieran's car is now sat in the middle of the track. Kieran overtook Brandon in turn 3. He must have just been pushing a bit too hard. So, let Brandon back through. I believe Brandon was off the track when Kieran passed. And obviously Kieran rightly tried to let Brandon back through. Brandon then got an illegal overtake. So that let Kieran... we're trying to let Kieran back through, and Kieran hit the back of Brandon and retired him, and that is very unlucky for the Haas driver. From P18 to P3, that is very unlucky. Brandon does have a 5-second time penalty, which he will have to serve in his pit stop.
I believe Rand also got a penalty. I thought I saw he ignored yellow flags.
Who ran?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did get a 5-second time penalty, and that was for ignoring yellow flags. So that could possibly be because of Kieran's car, and it could have been a slight glitch with the game. But he may get it removed. However, if he does pit, he will have to serve it. Yeah. So yeah, Brandon will. You think, unless he can get past Maz and pull away, he will undoubtedly be out of the fight for the win. But yeah, 3 cars out, and we've not even had 10 laps yet. Oh.
Holy cow! Yeah, we lost 1 car, or 2 cars spinning out of turn 1, and then 1 car, like you were saying, trying to let someone by, or something like that. But anyway, safety cars in this lap.
But you like to see it. You like to see sportsmanship. I mean, it's probably also the game was telling Kieran to let him to go past Brandon.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'll be an interesting one for probably the stewards and Brandon and Kieran to have a discussion about after the race. But we have another 28 laps, of racing. We've had a safety car and a virtual safety car already.
Yeah. So anyway, to the restart, Mads can go when the safety car is in the pit lane. So will he wait or will he go? And he is
safety
off.
Car is in.
Brandon.
He has gone so early.
Falling behind. Mads got an absolute... Ooh, and he's a bit sideways out of the final corner. Mads sideways. Brandon to the outside of turn number 1. Brandon can't stick the move, but he gets the switchback.
And now Brandon
up the inside goes Mads, way deep into turn number 3. Mads way off the track.
Mads has gone wide. Mads has broke so late for both turn 1 and turn 3. Possibly his tyres and brakes were not up to temperature after the safety car. Brandon will be hoping to pull out a gap now if he can break that 1 second window. But yeah, that was Mads struggling on the first sector. He looks like he has got control of the car. Storm passed on the restart.
Oh, and Brandon spun actually. So Brandon has spun through turn 6. He's now into where I believe Philippe was off in qualifying.
Yeah.
So maybe there's and another safety car. Oh my goodness.
And yeah, the few drivers pitting. We have Fuzz in the pits.
Yeah,
Fuzz,
just Fuzz
on his mediums. Just Fuzz as well.
Wow.
Is Mads gonna beat the safety car?
Ooh.
Mads beat the safety car at the pit. Obviously, everyone will pass because he will wait. The safety car will wait for the leader, but Mads, crucially, because I have a feeling Mads within the delta. Does Mads? Yeah, Mads does have a delta. Nolan leaving. Brandon is still in the pit lane. At 7 is 5-second penalty. Fuzz exits on the hards. Brandon with a front wing change and his 5-second time penalty. But I believe Mads might be able to pit onto if he can get around quick enough. He can pit onto hards and come out ahead of Fuzz possibly. He'll definitely come out ahead of Brandon if he pits. But yeah, I think that was very crucial for Mads. Is he pulling over to the right? He does pull over to the right. So yeah, he will pit now as MCR is carrying on. Just okay, very very wide. Yep, Mads coming into the pits. And what tyres do they have at Ferrari? I believe it is the
mediums.
Hards. It's the medium. Now that it's not a bad call.
It's a stretch, but if he knows he doesn't
it
have
will be
bad
a stretch
tire wear,
if he has good tyre wear. Will
it's
Fuzz?
possible.
Mads will just come out ahead of Fuzz. So Mads in P13.
It should only be about one extra lap because we were seeing in the strategies that AWS gives us that quite frankly can or cannot be good. It was only lap 14 or 15. So the safety car goes in next lap because Brandon is nowhere near the pack. They will go in at lap 14, so it's only one extra lap.
Yeah, Mads,
so it can't be too
I have
bad.
A feeling it's a lot better than California, Philippe. I'm surprised Philippe especially didn't pit off their mediums onto a set of hards. But yeah, Mads looking quite good. You got MCR on the same tyres he actually started on. Or did he? Actually, yeah, MCR started on the hard, so he is the only driver with Adriela in California to make a pit stop. But yeah, MCR looking to go onto the soft tyres as the safety car will go around again. So yeah, Mads being helped out, and you got to think Mads could be in contention for this race win on a fresh set of mediums. He's going to be struggling near the end, but if he can pass, where he's got some quick drivers, you got Don, you got Rajon sat in P8. Rajon having a quite good race. Jabo has come up 4 positions.
Yeah, this AlphaTauri team seems to really have a knack for exciting racing. Both of them near the back of the pack last weekend there in Canada. At the midpoint of the race, they ended up finishing P3 and P4 with Don and Rajon, respectively. So Raj up to P8, Don in P12. So hopefully we can see them work their way through the pack and finish as high as we know they can.
This is currently turning into a Magellan race where half of the laps we've had have been under the safety car.
Yeah. Well, at least we won't have red flags and restarts.
No, that would be very nice. As the safety car is in this lap. MCR will be the net leader. But yeah, we've had six laps under the safety car so far. Obviously, the first lap was a virtual. We had another 3 on the first safety car, and we've had another 2 now. As all the drivers start to weave around to get some temperature. Hopefully.
Yeah, are his tires heated up enough? When they're 11 lap
He's
old hard.
he's
There
trying
he
to go
goes.
very early.
Backs
The
up a
safety car's
bit.
still not in the pit lane.
And now he
Andrew
goes.
backs off, he's gone.
So there we go.
Andrew
MCR takes
a
off.
little bit closer.
Down into turn number 1. And I don't believe anybody's going to try to go for a move just yet. MCR still holding on to it. Jabba picks up a time penalty there. Probably extending in turn 1. I believe Rand peaked his wing there as Raj does get around Goldie up into turn 3. So a great move there by the German. And down into turn number 4. Does Goldie have a response? No, he doesn't. So Raj will hold on to the position. Goldie a bit wide though. As for a second there, it looked like his DRS was stuck open, but it's all good. California around Rand VH does it very nicely. Around turn 6. As he has run out of ERS there. As Calvin around Rand VH runs way up on the curb. He kicks up a bit of dirt, but he seems to be okay. And now the pit window for the Sauce has opened, but no one is on them anymore. So thank you, AWS. Heated and Jabba going at it. California and Frosty as well. They are side by side up to turn 3.
Oh, Rand's getting boxed in
right
by
on the
Frosty.
back of him. Oh, and Heated and Raj. Raj gets around Heated up to P7.
MCR trying to cling onto the back of Adrilo. Both of these drivers will be pitting pretty similar, even with the compound difference. As Storm gets past Philippe. And now this is an even bigger train.
Yeah. Now we got
Every
15.
driver.
Now we got 15 instead of
All
8.
15 drivers. Well, apart from Adrilo, all 14 drivers are going to be getting DRS on this next lap.
Yep. So Dan and Philippe now side by side into turn 1. They both have DRS. Now Fuzz and Mads behind them. It's right on board with Mads here. Goes up around the outside. Don and Philippe still side by side. Mads and Fuzz still side by side. And Fuzz has turned Mads into the wall. And oh my goodness. Fuzz has tapped the back of Mads up into turn number 3. And they've both spun around. And I believe they do have damage.
Fuzz does not have damage.
Oh, Fuzz does not have damage.
Yeah, Fuzz does not. Mads does have I believe. Yeah, Mads has a loss of damage.
Oh, his whole wing is almost gone.
Fuzz has no damage. I was surprised that wasn't a safety car.
I'm surprised too. The way that this has been going.
Yeah. As the train down to turn 1 has happened. MCR has fallen out of DRS. Likewise, California. California now the net train. As Mads does pit to change his front wing. Mads with a possibility of winning this race, and now is a pit stop down.
Yeah. So he's definitely got to hope for another safety car here. So your top 3 still on the tires they started on. So Calvin's up into the net race lead, so as long as he holds that position, once California, MCR, and Adri pits, he will be your race leader. And Calvin has won a few races, I believe last season in D4, which was the lowest division, but now it is the second lowest division. So Calvin's no stranger to the top step of the podium at all. There goes Jabo. Maybe move around the outside. He sticks his nose in it. Can't get the move done. Can't find the traction. Reg and Goldie still going at it. Goldie around the outside. He gets the DRS, but so does Reg. Storm in the background. He's peeking. Storm doesn't go for the move. Neither does Reg. Doesn't have an answer. So now Goldie up into P8. Reg down to P9. Oh, and yellow flag sector 2. I believe it's Brandon. Yes, it's Brandon. He's spun around. And I do not know if he made contact with anyone. But Brandon just having an absolute horrid race. He's down into P14. And back up at the front, MCR has now picked up DRS again. So maybe a move is in order up into turn 3. Here comes Calvin. Oh, he dives to the inside. Calvin, can he stick it? California runs a bit wide there. And a great move there by Frosty Calvin up into P3. So now those 17-lap-old mediums of California starting to fade away just a tiny bit. As Mad sets the fastest lap of the race, 106.4. And we'll see if that will hold up. I'm sure California, MCR, AG, once they pit for their fresh tires, I believe California, he's pulled off to the side. No, he doesn't pit. He lets his teammate Jabo go through. So he debated us into a pit stop, but he doesn't go in. Just lets his teammate by almost, it seemed like. And now California falling back into the clutches of Brand VH. As they go up the hill. Heated is there too, ran up the inside. Pops it up on the curb. California off the track again. Rand's got the overtake. He's got the DRS. And there he goes up the inside into turn number 4. Can he hold the position? He locks it up. He's up onto the curb. Oh, and he pushes California a bit wide there. As Man sets another fastest lap. Heated looking around the outside of California. He can't seem to make it work. But a great move there by Rand VH to get around the struggling California. As Frosty picks up a time penalty, MCR's in the pits.
MCR just pits. So we have Adrilo a bit more breathing room. Frosty still with Jabo all over him.
So it's the medium tires there for MCR.
Whereas Heater gets California before turn 3. California just sitting behind. Hoping to get some DRS, however, Heated with a very good traction. And Goldie on the hard tire. California still on the tires he started with. Will Goldie go up the inside? He's going to try to make a little bit of contact.
Bit of contact.
Enough for him. California still there. Is he going to keep it? No, wide. He backs out. California knowing he has to pit possibly on this lap. Goldie up to P6, which will be a net P5 once Adrilo, the race leader, has pit. Adrilo carries on for another lap. Raja as California pulls over.
Yep.
Oh, it's very awkward.
Oh, and Rand picks up a time penalty.
As Storm closes a little bit. I have been watching the two AlphaTauris, and they kind of pinch Storm. I saw this as Storm runs a bit wide, and Don with a beautiful
huge
exit.
Run.
Storm ran onto the sausage curb. Rajon wisely giving the slipstream to his teammate, pulls back over. And they're still side by side. Oh, a little bit of contact. Rajon with not the best exit. And Rajon, can he keep over? Nope.
Oh, Don goes around the outside of his teammate. And that was a beautiful move to use the slipstream there from Storm. He gets around Ragion. And
I
now Don
believe.
up to P8. Oh, and Raj picks up a 3-second time penalty error.
As Adrilo carries on again, going on to lap 21, obviously with 2 safety car periods and a virtual. He's not having to be. He's had 6 laps of not running hard on those medium compound tyres. Storm weaving to break the strip steep into turn 1. Don backs out of it.
Yep, he picks up a time penalty.
And Don is it? He's out.
He's out.
He has spun at the same place that Nolan and Mike, and it's another safety car.
Oh,
the
my
third
Lord.
of the race, the third driver, and there's a bit of a confusion with Jabbo and Ranf, and I'm not sure how it's Jabbo and Ranf when Heated's in the middle.
Yeah. Well, he might have snuck through.
That could be, and I have a feeling we are going to see a lot of pit stops, mad pits, for the third time. Ranf gets a 5-second time penalty, and Ranf looks like he has damage.
Yeah, he's got damage.
He has damage. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to pit, and this is going to have Andrew Lowe. Oh,
he
could
might
be
get
held
away
in,
with this.
He might get held in the pits.
Oh yeah,
he's got a 3-second buffer. A drive-through penalty for Heated for not sticking to the Delta, and every single car is pitting. And surely you got to think they're going to go on the softs. Is Adrilo? Is he going to get out?
He's got to go now.
He's got to go now.
Oh,
he didn't get out.
Oh,
Adrilo onto the softs. He's gonna. That's a very unsafe release.
That is a very unsafe release.
So this is gonna heat up everything. Rajon. Did Don carry it? Oh no, yeah, Don. Don't mind me.
So it actually didn't hurt. It didn't hurt Adri that much.
On.
Yeah, Fuzz carried on. It didn't hurt Adri that much. He still came out ahead.
He is on the soft compound time. You got to think that is going to be P1 for the Mercedes. The 2 Mercedes drivers, P1 and P2, as it normally is in real life.
Yeah.
But Adri on the soft compound tyre, MC on the mediums, and this now is a very, very mixed up grid. With Mads currently a minute behind, however, he has made a third stop in this race, so he will come to the back of the pack. So Fuzz and Brandon were the only ones not to pit. Well, MCR did not pit, but he had pit 2 laps before it. They're Brandon and Fuzz out of order at the moment. However, both of them will be. I expect they'll be going to the end on these hard compound tires.
There you go.
It was there.
Yeah, it was there.
Actually, pitted from P1 got held. However, everybody else was getting held as well.
Yeah.
And I assume Fuzz will carry on and not pit. Yeah, Fuzz. Yeah, so Fuzz. Let's just have a look at Brandon. Yeah, he's not pitting either. So Fuzz and Brandon will be able to cling on to whatever points they can. However, I don't think it's going to work out for them. You got the likes of Goldie, Adri, you got Rajon and California, Frosty, and Mads, who is now going to catch the back of the pack on the soft compound tyre, which we're going to have 11 laps. Well, I was going to say 11 laps of green flag racing. However, how this race has gone so far, I wouldn't be surprised if there's another safety car.
Yeah. Well, what is this?
As this is the third one. The third safety car, fourth of the VSC.
Yeah.
So this is going to be. You got to think that if everything goes to plan, which we have not seen in this race, that Adri and Goldie will be P1 and P2, and Frosty P3. Heated, very interesting, and possibly he did not have any fresh set of soft compound tyres. Obviously, tyre wear is not the best, however, it's not awful. So possibly he didn't have a fresh set of, as MCR gets very close to the back of Adri. Adri just trying to keep away from Fuzz. So if safety car is in this lap, we will get 11 laps. 11 lap sprint race. This race has pretty much been split into three parts. And we are in the finale.
So here.
And you gotta think that surely Adri is going to as Jabbo has
Oh,
hit the back of California.
Oh, the two
Does Jabbo pick up
McLarens.
any damage? I
Oh,
don't
Brandon picks up a
believe.
penalty with Goldie, so teammates have just absolutely collided here.
And here we go. Fuzz has gone. Well, Fuzz has tried to go on a bit early, but the safety car was not in. And here we go. MCR all over the back of Adri. As Heated is in the. Heated is pitted. There's
Brandon, I believe he spun.
Brandon
yeah,
has
Brandon
spun.
spun again. And he's picked up more damage. So the race just continues to get worse for Brandon. As Fuzz and Adri
stay behind.
As the
California gets past Frosty.
As the Mad Lad himself, Chris Jones, said in chat, even in league racing, we can't escape from Merc 1-2. I don't know how much longer Fuzz can stay
Fuzz
in
gonna
P1.
let Adri, yeah, Fuzz wisely lets Adri go completely different strategies, and now Fuzz will just be hoping to claw to any points that he can. Goldie already up to P4. Is MCR gonna... He does not. Goldie on the grass. Cannot go past this. Fuzz is holding them all at MCR down the inside of Fuzz. But he backs out of it, and Goldie gets into P3.
Ooh, what a move.
Goldie was, and they've touched. There was no wing damage for Goldie. I do not believe in Goldie. Is into P2. As Rajon sets the Fuzz up for the race, and Fuzz is coming back at Goldie. Goldie leaves him just enough room. No, the DRS will not be enabled. Yeah,
I think Goldie
MCR,
does have damage. Yeah,
he does have damage on his left end plate.
Yeah, it's off.
As Fuzz goes back up the inside of MCR, leaving him just enough room. Heated and Frosty are in the pits once again.
Oh my.
Heated has made another stop onto another set of softs. So Storm is up the inside of Fuzz and he's on the grass.
Whoa!
And
That
there's
was
a bit
a
of
move
contact.
that wasn't there.
Storm makes up two positions at once with the help of the grass.
A little bit of a rallycross move there.
Storm wanted to get on with it, and MCR, he picks up a penalty, is being frustrated by Fuzz's legendary defending currently. As Goldie is not making the progress after tapping the back of MCR. Philippe picks up a penalty. MCR, he doesn't have the straight line, he's run out of VRS, he does not have the straight line speed. And you got to think Storm is going to catch onto the back as Storm runs wide. I keep jinxing everything. MCR is going to breeze past. Fires and roll Rajon. Can Rajon get... Oh, Rajon backs out. It was going to be free wide.
Oh, and California Philippe side by side there in the back. California does get ahead of Philippe.
This is turned into a big train from people down. Neither Fuzz or MCR got DRS as they were both equal over.
Up the inside. They banged wheels the entire way through turn 4.
And then there's Jabbo. Jabbo's on the inside. Can Rajon on the softs keep it around the outside? Rajon with the better tyres, he cannot keep it round. California slots in behind him. Storm is within DRS. Oh, he is with. Oh, he's tantalisingly close to DRS. I believe he did get DRS. Adri is checking out up front. Storm, as Philippe gives up another penalty on the same lap. Jabbo and the train has started Fuzz. I've got to give it to him. He is defending for all he can in that Mercedes.
Ooh,
but MCR with another run.
Tried to get 2 in one corner on Philippe and California, couldn't get it done.
Fuzz's straight line speed, even without DRS, is incredible. MCR up the inside though. And if Fuzz did not slow that, neither car get DRS again, which is very interesting. Possibly Fuzz. I wonder if Fuzz doesn't. I wonder if Fuzz has a DRS problem.
Well, it could be.
Because that's 2 laps in a row that MCR's gone past him, or it seems like he's gone past him. And he's just not picked up DRS off the back of MCR. It's Fuzz really struggling on 17 lap on hard. Oh, Jabbo up the inside. He's going to have to keep it around the outside, or is he going to get the move done before the corner? They're going to be side by side into the penultimate corner. Oh, very, very good overtake as Rajon hits the sausage curb. And let's see, no, Fuzz's DRS is working, so they must have 2 laps in a row. It must have been side by side into the turn 3 detection zone. Storm with the DRS, and Goldie's damaged as Goldie. Oh, he's gonna try and keep it. Storm goes for the switchback, gets the better traction. However, Goldie picks up the DRS, so he will stay ahead of Storm. As Rajion now gets past Fuzz, and yeah, Fuzz is dropping down the order. Next up is Maz. Fuzz going to go for a move on Rajion. He does not. Rajion will be hoping to go on a charge now for Jabbo, MCR, and Storm. As Mads looking all over the back of Fuzz, and you gotta think. Fuzz, should he have pit? I think so. I think he should have, shouldn't he?
Yeah. 18 lap hold hards, and you know everyone else pits for fresh mediums or fresh softs. So
we've still got another 7 laps.
Yeah.
As Storm closes up to the back of Goldie once again. Mads gets past Fuzz into turn 1. Yeah, Fuzz lets him go. Philippe already onto the back of him. Storm up the outside, of Goldie. Goldie with a beautiful defend, however, Storm's cutback works this time. Jabbo up the inside of MCR. Goldie gets DRS again. And Storm can't keep it Goldie. Even with the wing damage, they are closing in. They're closing in on Adri as well. Regardless of the battling, they are closing in on Adri. Could we, well, regardless of penalties, as there is a lot of drivers with penalties, could we see possibly a 3-way battle for the lead?
I hope so. I think it's possible if they can keep up this pace, and if you're saying that they're catching them.
Well, they were, but Goldie is losing a lot of that damage. Not hurting him down the straight, obviously, less weight on the car. But yeah, in the middle sector, as both get a horrible exit, California again fires, gets past, ran all over the back of him. As yet, Storm once again, Storm goes for the cutback, and Goldie's gonna pick up the DRS again. Storm needs to do with Verstappen.
Ooh, at the back, Ran is spun out.
Is that gonna be another safety? No, it's not another safety car. He keeps the car going. Yeah, Goldie, and yeah, look, she had 2.5 tenths at the start of Sector 2. Well, coming into the corners, it's already 2, 3, 4 tenths that they're losing. Make it 5 tenths coming into the final 2 corners. Storm just can't find that as a yellow flag in Sector 2, and it's Philippe. He's gone
Philippe.
off where he went in quali.
Oh, man.
He had not finished mowing the grass yet. Storm has gone off.
Oh.
Storm ran wide at the final corner.
He's out of DRS.
And that's going to hurt him. He's out. Yeah, he is out of DRS. He's going to have grass on his tyres. As Jabbo now runs wide. Jabbo doesn't have DRS either. MCR does, but I believe he'll be too far back unless he has a lunge into the turn 3. He won't. He'll sit behind him and pick up DRS again. However, Storm will pick up the DRS through Sector 2 again with the corners. Rajion quietly sitting on the back of MCR. You got Mads, California, and Fuzz all out of DRS of each other. Fuzz now in P9, however, ran 4.5 off him. And yeah, I think Adri might just survive. As Calvin gets Brandon out of turn 3 for P13 and P14. Storm. Philippe picks up another penalty. Storm did not get DRS down turn 1. Will he get it out of turn 1? I don't believe he did not get DRS again. And is Goldie going to hold on with his damage?
He might. If Storm can't get back in DRS.
Well, Storm has been caught. Jabbo has got DRS on Storm now. And yes, Storm is still out of the DRS, even with Goldie's front wing damage. But Goldie is so quick down the straights that regardless of his front wing damage, he cannot be part. Or if he does get past, he's coming straight back past you on the next straight. And yeah, you got P2 to P6 all within DRS of each other. And Goldie, after wrong safety car at the wrong time at Canada, can he pick up a very unlikely P2 from this race?
Well, Storm's in DRS this lap. Well,
Yeah,
MCR
but
picks up a time penalty.
look at the straight line speed of Goldie.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, even with DRS, but Storm doesn't have DRS. He had 0% DRS going on that straight, and they're all running very low. Yeah, Goldie has the most DRS, and this is set. Yellow flag is Raggio.
Reg is spun.
I believe he just lost the traction. I'll have a quick check to see if there was a collision. There was not. There was no collision between anyone. Raggio just lost it. He's still ahead of Fuzz, and he should. Well, he's on 10 lap old softs. However, Fuzz on 23 lap old hards. As Adri starts the second to last lap. Goldie is still holding on, but Jabbo is there. MCR is there. Mads could even.
Storm up the inside. It'll give DRS to Goldie.
To say Goldie has DRS.
Even
get
without
a bit
DRS,
of a
he'll
slide.
get past him. Here comes Jabbo.
He's gonna come straight past again. And they're gonna go 3 wide. No, they're not. Jabbo is gonna go. Is he gonna dive Goldie? Goldie runs wide.
Oh, he can't turn with the wing damage, and Goldie's lost both podium spots. Jabbo up into P2.
Both of them got DRS. And MCR's all over the back of Goldie now. And Jabbo, after starting P11 and being down the order for most of the race, is now in P2.
Oh my gosh.
What is this race?
The unpredictability
And yeah, Mads,
of P2.
Oh, Mads.
P4.
Mads went drifting through. Storm picks up a 3-second time penalty. This is going to be really interesting. And Jabbo has suddenly caught, and Philippe has
spun again.
Spun again in his preferred spot.
My.
As we start the final lap. As Rajon picks up another penalty. Yeah, Philippe drops down even more. And Storm, as Goldie picks up a penalty, is Storm going to lunge it in turn 3? Storm has no ERS though. As Goldie
side by side in the back.
He loves that mood. Move.
Same thing.
And yeah, Storm. I don't think Storm's going to get him unless he can. And they've really got Adri's tyres have gone off a lot. They've caught him They've caught him a second in one lap. Is Adri's tyres hit the cliff?
They might have. I mean, 12 laps.
It's 2 tenths in these 2 corners. I believe that Adri's weaving.
He's weaving. He thinks he's won it.
Adri's going very slow.
It's within a second. Oh!
I believe Adri's just gonna make it.
What a win there from Adri. Storm gets Jabbo there at the line. Mads on the podium.
Oh, there's a lot of 5-second time penalties.
P4, California to P5, Fuzz up to P6.
Jabbo finishing P2, but he went on to P7. Adri, I actually believe, did not pick up a penalty.
No.
Adri picked up 1 warning the entire race.
Oh. Wow.
He made 1 pit stop and had 1 warning. That is incredible.
Awesome.
He started P13. P13 to P1.
To P1.
Mads and Storm on the podium with 3 pit stops. MCR and California started P14 and P16 and coming in P4 and P5 again with only 1 pit stop. Rajon, regardless of his spin, from 17th to 9th.
Yeah.
Well, that was
fun once again. I still think
That was
Canada was
even
a
more
better
crazy than
race.
Canada. Better
Really?
race, Canada. Crazier race, Austria.
Yeah. This race had more
4
safety
safety
cars.
cars.
Yeah. This race had more safety cars.
A third of the laps under safety cars. And Adri comes out from P13 to win the Austrian Grand Prix. Wow.
Yeah.
I can't lie, I thought Adri's tyres had hit the cliff.
I did too. He was going pretty slow.
He had lost a second from lap 35 to lap 36. Adri, the only driver not to get penalties.
Wow.
Incredible.
So with that, your finishing order for the Austrian Grand Prix will be Adri taking home a very good victory without picking up any penalties. Something we rarely see in these lower divisions, but Mads stays or gets up into second, then TTG Storm up into P3. That's your podium positions. Then MCR, California, Fuzz, Jabo, Goldie, Raj, Ran VH, your top 10. Heated and Einel Philippe will round out your points from 11th to 12th. Then Brandon, Calvin, Don, Kieran, Nolan, and Mike. And those last, I believe, 4 drivers all retired out of this race. So your championship leader not picking up any points. But
oh yeah, Don retired.
Yeah, he does have a 47-second gap to Fuzz. And Fuzz was on pace for a podium, but because he didn't pit there, he just fell through the order. So who's your driver of the day?
I can't lie, Adri has to get it. 13th to 1st, making one pit stop. He kept it on the medium compound tyre for 22 laps. Obviously, helped out by the safety car, but managed to keep his cool. And even when, as Rajon is very upset, as he has just messaged me. But yeah, no, Adri, 13th to 1st, one stop, just kept it calm when all the drama, 4 safety cars, a virtual safety car, and yeah, coming out. Even when his tyres seemed to hit the cliff, he was very good. Who is yours? Who is yours, Alt?
If I have to pick one person, it would be Adri, but honestly, the entire top 6, they can all get my votes as well. I mean, they all started low positions on the grid, and they worked their way up and just got the good luck of the draws with the safety cars and played their races good. But if it's got to be one person, it's got to be a race winner, Adri. No penalties, just took it. I think the weaving on the backstretch kind of threw me off a bit, but anyway.
Yeah, I was very hidden. I was very worried as to. I saw the time coming down through sector 2, and I was like, "Oh, it's only a second," and then somebody starts weaving into the second and final corner, and you got to think that you got to think what the driver might be doing, but yeah, he managed to stick it out. And when everyone else made mistakes and pisses, he picked up the pieces. And very good race, very entertaining race to commentate, and I hope to watch as well. But yeah.
Oh boy. So, with that being said, it is the end of Division 4 in the Austrian Grand Prix. Coming up in just about, I'd say maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, 10, 15 minutes.
Division 2 will be live on this same YouTube channel you'll be able to stay tuned for that notification. I do not know who's commentating, but whoever they are, they will probably do an amazing job. And sadly, one of the drivers that crashed out of this race, Iron Mike, and possibly LOE Mark will be commentating over D5. at the same time within 10 to 15 minutes. So stay tuned. Wait for those notifications to pop up if you have those on. You will not want to miss either of those divisions. Both divisions are incredibly tense with racing. I have been Alt Maverick. I will see you in Division 5. That's been Lando Norris. He will see you in Division 2. And we hope to see you guys next, I believe, at Silverstone. Have a good day.